Yo, what's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down a dark and textured sample. There's a ton of different layers to this one, so definitely stick around for the full video. And this whole sample is pretty much made using my psychoacoustics creative kit. And that is available right now, so I'm gonna be showing off the sounds, a little bit how I made the sample using those sounds in this video. And before we start this video, definitely go check out my Instagram at Prod by Eville. Got a lot of crazy stuff coming on. The month of December is gonna be all types of stuff, free stuff, lots of content. Don't wanna be missing out on any of that. So go check out my Instagram. And let's hop right into the sample breakdown. So we're starting this one off at a 97 BPM, a little bit slower, not too crazy. We got this lounge piano that's in decent sampler. I mean, you can download this on the Piano Book website. I'm pretty sure it's completely free and it sounds super good. And the first thing we're doing is start off with this chord progression. It sounds like this. And this by itself sounds really cool. There's a lot of like movement, a lot of passing notes going on. In terms of the actual chords, I really have no idea. I know I just really wanted to make that like darker kind of feel. So like utilizing these half steps right here is pretty crucial in these samples. And definitely having some like lower bass notes is also crucial. Only thing I can say about this is a general rule of thumb that I really like to use if I'm not really exactly sure where to go with like the next chord. Is I really like taking this root here. So like starting off on this A sharp, and I'm just gonna pitch the next one down by 7 semitones and then build your chords on top of that. Like for example, here I took this and duplicated it up on 3 octaves and then built some notes on top. And even with this last chord here, I did the exact same thing, but only pitched this down by 4. And yeah, so if you're kind of feeling stuck about some, chord progressions and stuff, utilize those, pitch by 7, pitch by 4, pitch by 5 with the root notes or like the actual chords themselves. And it's really generally gonna sound good. Yeah, like I said, lots of passing notes, lots of, like little flourishes here and there just to kind of drive that movement along. And for the effects, we got a little bit going on here. We got an EQ cutting out the lows, got this Volv compressor on pretty much just the default setting, an RC20 on vinyl 3, another EQ, and then another EQ with this like weird kind of thing going on. Just makes it sound a little bit more vintage. And then I knew I wanted to layer that with a little bit of a higher end kind of melody, fill out that high end. So I grabbed this preset here called Audio Perception, and it is a one shot in the psychoacoustics kit, and it's playing the exact same chords and just a little bit higher pitched. And there's no effects on this at all, just pitched up a lot. So this is what it sounds like with the normal octave. But you really want to kind of like pitch around your sounds so they don't all sit at the same like tonal level. Like I said, all you can really do is just pitch it up an octave, pitch it down octaves, like kind of play around with the pitches, and even inverting some of these chords as well you could do. There's some texture in that one shot too, so it kind of fills out some more space. So it's playing that little like melody that's going on with the main progression, but it just kind of textured. And the sound itself is kind of carrying it. It's really just like a textured type of pad sound, but it's filling out a lot more of that space and adding some more textures in there. And it's following that similar kind of bounce that's going on with the first initial pattern. Next, we grab this low notes one shot here from psychoacoustics, and it sounds like this. Pretty much all I'm doing here is just adding these like 2-note harmonies, and the root notes for these are just following the bass notes. And I thought I just added a lot more like impact on the one of every chord. Now onto the bass to fill out that really low end, and it's like this distorted bass called the thick bass, and it sounds like this. And with all that, this is what the first initial idea sounds like. It sounds really good so far. Lots of texture, lots of movement with those one shots. That's why I really like these one shots in this kit. There's lots of really cool ones that have like built-in textures. And because they have so much texture, it's really good for like layering. And, for example, I started with this piano and now I'm layering it with some more like textural sounds. So yeah, I'm really proud of these one shots in this kit. So yeah, definitely go check that shit out. Next up, we got this little guitar phrase here hitting at the 1, and it sounds like this. And all this is just half timed a little bit. I wanted it to be a little slower and not as much in your face. And then we're going back into psychoacoustics, and I'm grabbing this texture here. And in my opinion, this texture kind of wraps the whole sample and gets the whole idea across. It sounds like this. It's like this like gritty, distorted kind of texture, and with everything, this is what it sounds like. It sounds super good with all the samples. Next thing I added was these percussion loops just to drive that bounce. And it's the Moana and the native percussion loop, and it sounds like this. No effects on those, just kind of chopped some spots out here that I didn't really think that fit. And then onto these last two elements, we got this texture right here. Sounds like this. And then we got this phrase right here called microwave, and it sounds like this, playing at the end of every pattern. And with everything, this is what it sounds like with that phrase. And then to wrap it all together, I got this atmosphere. And I've been doing that a lot with my samples, adding like atmospheres. Pretty much every sample, I'm adding like an atmosphere or something, and it really just fills out space, kind of makes it sound more organic, more like sampled kind of feel. And then on to the next section, I'm not adding anything new, but I'm just taking out some of these like more textural ideas with the one shots and just letting all these, you know, actual textures and phrases and percussion loops kind of breathe with the bass. And then the arrangement for the end is a lot of the similar stuff that's going on. I wanted to make the arrangement kind of simple, make the sample not too crazy, you know what I mean? But I really wanted to drive it with the sound design and like the textures and like the dark kind of vibes that's going on. And as you can see, a lot of these sounds are completely dry. There's not really any effects on them. And that's because the sounds in this kit are really just drag and drop, and they're super easy to use. You don't got to put no effects on. They sound good off the rip. And just a little overview about what's in the kit. Obviously we got one shots, a ton of one shots, basses, synths. We got textural moments, a bunch of them in here. Some of my best texture work for sure. So if you like any of my other free kits or you like roots a lot, these textures are just incredible. We got some really dope percussion loops in here. Phrases, I'm really proud of a lot of these phrases, are super dope. We even got some guitar phrases from Rick Anthony in here, and then some atmospheres. And then onto the expansion. I feel like the expansion is really geared towards, you know, sound designing and, you know, making your own textures. And what I mean by that is, first we got this texture ideas folder, which I'll go into a little bit more probably in other videos. But pretty much what you can do with these is, these are like pedal recordings, and you can drag these into your DAW and make your own textures out of them. Like if you don't have the Thermate, you don't have the Blooper, you don't even have like the Lotus plugin, you can really just drag these in, chop them up, add some of your own effects on, and you can export them and make it into your own like atmospheres or your candies and textures. Once you buy the kit, they're completely royalty free, so you can chop them up, put them in your own packs, sell your own packs, and or just have them in like your stash. And it's just super dope idea. I really hope people can use these and make them into your own kind of textures. And then the mixer presets is really just an added bonus. There's a bunch of like really cool sound designing presets in here, and you can throw them all in these texture ideas or just on like samples in general. And I'm really proud of these mixer presets. I think they're super dope, and I think they, you know, are pretty unique for what they are. Yeah, enough about the kit. Let's go back into sample breakdown. That's pretty much it for the sample. Just to the master now. It's just my normal master presets. You guys all seen these before. You can pause the video and check it all out. The most important thing is pitching it up by 1 semitone. Obviously gotta have the soothe in there, and then the trusty old soft clip. You already know. This is just my normal master preset. And if you guys don't want to copy these presets, you really could just go into here and grab the master, and it's really just my master preset. And yeah, after all, that's what the final sample sounds like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the sample breakdown. Hope you guys can take something away from this. I think the sample turned out super dope, and I think once I got that initial like chord progression down with that piano, I just stacked a bunch of layers on top and added in some textures, some phrases, and really went crazy with the kit. And the sound design and the textures, I think carried the whole thing, to be honest. So if you want to check out the kit, definitely go check it out. Link in the description. You get some really dope sounds. I'm really proud of this kit. I think it turned out amazing. Yeah, we got a lot of crazy content. That's all I gotta say. So definitely subscribe, check out the Instagram, a lot of cool stuff. We're gonna start leveling up this channel a lot more. So definitely tap in with me on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one.